I will go ahead. Yeah. So our next talk is on social media platforms. Social media, as we all know, are interactive technologies that allow the creation and sharing or exchange of information, ideas, career interests, and other forms of expressions via virtual communities and networks. Social media platforms can help to improve an individual's sense of connectedness with real or online communications and can be an effective communication or marketing tool for us as ophthalmologist entrepreneurs. We shall be and to give a brief overview of this, we have none other than our own West Zone ARC representative on AIOS, Dr. Anaga Herur, Madam. Dr. Anaga Herur is a medical director of Anil Eye Hospital, Mumbai since last 25 years. She is recipient of many awards and has had many national and international presentations and live surgeries to her credit. Welcome, Dr. Anaga, Madam. We know you are busy and juggling between two sessions. So without taking much time, you can start your presentation, Madam.
Viral, I would like to add
Yeah.
this dynamic, versatile personality. She's not only a great ophthalmologist, but she's also a great poet. You have to listen to her poetry, and then she is an accomplished Bharatnatyam dancer. Anaga, we are proud of you. Let the
one more aspect of her is she's a great interviewer, sir. And I think
I know her.
Yeah, Oprah Winfrey has done a competition in India.
You would require a full session to talk about Anaga, but Anaga, we look forward to your presentation. And your smile tells all that you're all ready for it. Okay, Anaga.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. A very good afternoon to everyone. And thank you so much, Dr. Prashant Agnihotri, sir, Dr. Pangarkar, sir, for involving me in this IC. And it's been really so many days since we have all met in a physical conference. And today we have a great opportunity to meet online here in a virtual conference. And sorry to join in late and sorry to butt in like this. Yes. So I would be speaking to you all on social media platforms. Yes. Is my slide visible?
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely.
Yeah. So friends, digital vision, the future is here, and you have amazing kinds of social media networks today available, which are media sharing platforms. You can have discussions on them. There are content curation networks with customer reviews, a lot of blogging and publishing going on, and so much more. So let's take them one by one. So let's speak about Facebook first. So this was basically the brainchild of Mark Zuckerberg in 2004 when it was introduced. And it has a whopping 2.6 billion monthly active users. Now, why this is important to us is because this is the extent and the enormity of its presence. And we need to be aware of this when we think about posting our posts in these social media platforms. So Facebook is the leading social platform, reaching almost 60% of all the internet users. And it has more than 80 million small businesses around the world which is using Facebook pages. Remember one thing, friends, it's not just through our PCs or through the laptops. 96% of active Facebook users actually use mobile devices. So whatever we do, we should also make it mobile friendly. And as just been said that it's an average of 58.5 minutes on social media platform that is being spent each day. Now, this definitely depends from person to person, but basically the people who are internet savvy are usually hooked on to Facebook and at least once a day would go and visit Facebook. So there are 4 new petabytes of data added every day, 4 million likes every minute. So there's huge potential which we need to tap, and 350 million photos per day. So there is a lot that you can do on Facebook, not only just text, but you can add videos and Facebook Live. Now, Facebook Live is something that is really catching up. We have done a lot of Facebook Live activities from our institute also. And this is catching up because people really want to ask questions and get in immediate answers. And then you can have very short talks on Facebook Live and make it very interesting. So there's a huge reach. You can have a lot of posts. There can be organic boosting also, along with organic increase in your Facebook subscribers. It could be made viral, and also there are paid options. So what is important is you need to post relevant content, post often at different times of the day. Yes, there are agencies who do it and they have a lot of logic behind it. What time of the day is usually good to, in order to post these Facebook contents. And also you can post facts and also expert opinions. It's a lot of things that you can do to keep customers engaged. Now, how you can get your spotlight is by actually knowing. So the audiences on Facebook is usually between 35 to 65, but now finally this is really going to extend both ways. They're usually here to browse and to know more things about what are the posts that are being posted. It's not really a sales oriented platform, but it can be used for branding yourself. There's a huge population that is there on Facebook. It's a great platform to have awareness creatives. Like, for example, when we did our Glockathon, or when we did a promotion of the usually that we have the World Donation Day. So all these are usually platforms that you can use to promote the activities that you do to increase social awareness. So usually it needs around 3 to 4 posts per week to keep the page active. So how we optimize in our institute is we post around 2 to 3 educative posts on specific topics. Like, for example, you have June, that was a cataract month. So you have some topics and some posts on that, or you can have informative posts on the services that you provide so that people are made aware. You can also optimize it here when we are using special activities, like, for example, certain challenges that you can give them, an eye challenge. This can help to keep the engagement rate high. Also, you do certain posts to clear the myths. Like, for example, there are a lot of people who may not know the differences between Moti Bindu and Kach Bindu, or you can have myths like whether cataracts come back, whether what are the kinds of surgery. So all these things you can do on Facebook. Now, coming to Instagram, this is basically owned also by Facebook, and it's an American photo and video sharing social networking device. 1 billion people use Instagram every month. 500 million using Instagram stories every day. Almost 63% users logging in at least once per day, both men and women, for people spending on an average of 28 minutes per minute on Instagram, and 200 million users visiting at least one business profile per day. So basically, this is also increasing in its potential. Some of these brands post an average of 2.5 stories per week. The audiences here are much younger, so from the age group of 18 to 40. So my kids will be using Instagram much more than me. In fact, when I started all this, I didn't know much about it at all, and it was my son who actually introduced me to all this. More of pictures here, small quick animations usually are more popular. This is basically the new generation app. There are more of action takers. You can also use it as a platform to book consultations and raise inquiries, and it usually needs around 4 to 5 posts a week to keep a handle engaging. So how we optimize it in our institute is we usually make it a point to use it as an educational module and educate young generations. You can give quick tips and tricks here, short videos which will help you grab the best attentions. You make it like a story form. That's more attractive than usually just some boring posts. That would help to increase the interaction with followers. And we make our content buckets based on current trends and popular searches. So how you can educate the younger generation is, for example, today you have a lot of online classes. So you can give them tips on how to keep their eyes healthy and how to take care and how to take precautions when they are on the digital devices for a long time. Quick tips and tricks on how to take care during summers or during seasonal variations like in rainy season. Also, you can have small videos like this where they grab the attention, where you use what are the current trends and what are the popular searches. So this will help to improve your following there. You can use photos, stories, tags, short videos, and hashtag. This is the way to go. Now coming to WhatsApp, 2 billion WhatsApp users. This is usually what we use for communicating with our friends and groups, available in more than 180 countries with 60 different languages, 65 billion messages. So a huge potential. Remember one thing, it's best not to forward just forwards that you get, because fake news gets forwarded very soon and this can become a real problem. So what you can do is use either text, images, videos, even documents, presentations that can be even shared on WhatsApp, and links. Now, how we have used it is you can make WhatsApp groups and broadcast groups. especially now, even during the elections, and even also when we use it for broadcasting our services. Then you can have broadcast groups where you have almost 256 people in a group, where the other person does not really know what you are sending to the other person in the group, and this becomes very, very easy to reach out to a lot of people. We are also using it to reach out to our patients, so it will help not only in marketing but also to the patients. Twitter is something which is used almost like 330 million people using it monthly and 145 million using it daily. It comprises of almost 75% of business to business or B2B, which use Twitter to market their product, and 500 million tweets per day. Basically, it is used by professionals, businesses, CEOs, and corporates. They use it to connect and share information, facts, news, photos, and opinions. Basically, Twitter is a place where you connect, like the celebrity world is where it is used most often. Audiences here are again in the very young age group, 25 to 45, and this is a chance to communicate to the society with your brand, with your thoughts, and you can tweet on trending topics. So here again, you can use it as a platform to improve social awareness and visibility. Like here, when mucormycosis, there was a huge uh, this thing in the community regarding, and a lot of patients having difficulties and having a lot of apprehensions regarding mucormycosis. Here we had a radio interview which we also shared on Twitter. Or when there was this cyclone, you can send a tweet regarding patients being to be safe. So you can also tweet on trending topics and share your opinions. Now, LinkedIn is something which was a American business and employment oriented service, 65 plus million monthly active users. It's mostly used among Fortune 500 companies and 30 million companies on LinkedIn. We are also using it, but it is a more evolving platform. It might take a little longer for us to actually know the exact extent to how it is being used. Now, YouTube is something which is very, very vibrant because it is a video based channel. So there are 2 billion logged in monthly users, 500 hours of video being uploaded every minute. So for us as ophthalmologists, we can upload our videos on YouTube, not only for ophthalmologists, but also for the general public. Almost 70% of YouTube views on mobile devices being used, and consumers with wide ranging age groups. So here you can give a lot of informative content. So you already know that it can be used for entertainment. People use it as for music channels and seeing other informations on other varied range of topics. Basically, there are vlogs. It's a blog with video. So that gives it the vibrancy, and that gives it the direct connect to the patient, where they immediately connect to it and relate to it. So here, how we use it is basically as an educational channel. The audiences here, the range of age is not just to 65 to 40, it's even much higher. It's basically the world of subscribers. So here you can use it not only for pre-consultation, but also post-consultation. Like for example, we have made YouTube videos on dry eye, on cataracts, on LASIK, on diabetic retinopathies. So here patients can easily go through a detailed description of what you want to say in your layman language, so that you directly express what you want to say and directly connect to the patient. So it's a very easy way to communicate and help to share experiences and knowledge. You need to really use around 8 to 10 videos a month to keep subscribers engaging. So these are a lot of, we have created a playlist in our channel based on the indications, and this you can expand depending on how your patients and what the patients really want to know from you. So this was another video that we had on mucormycosis, and it actually went viral, and within just 2 days or 3 days it reached almost 2,500 views. So these are basically information and videos that the patients watch, and you can get an organic reach on Google. Also, you can put educational material, and you can reduce the unwanted questions that you get from the patients when they are in the OPD. So you can just share a link with them, and this immediately they can get all the answers to their questions. Now, Google is basically the searching world. You have everybody today searching on Google. So this is a world of reviews, of direction guides, and blogging. There's a great visibility for patients looking for services. These reviews will actually add the extra miles to your brand, but it can also work the other way around. So you need to be extremely careful because reviews can also be negative. So you need to give really good service and be very, very careful regarding how you handle your patients. Now, whenever you have the SEO, you need to see that visibility on your first page, which makes a difference to your patients. So what also helps is sharing happy patient feedbacks, not only on Google reviews, but also this improves your Google rating. So there are easy ways to get locations. So you can also have Google map links for your patients, and a lot of postings that you can do. So these are some of the Google reviews that we had, and activities like hospital timings and records keep the patients updated about their busy hours also in the hospital. Also, the blogging that you do, you can have different kinds of topics, like here we have had myopia in children. So these are all the various things that you can do with all the social media platforms. But remember, friends, you need to understand what exactly you want to do, because you need to identify your audience. You need to identify the geography where you want to reach them, and what is your goal, and how you use each of these social media platforms is important. Like, for example, Facebook is best for improving your brand loyalty, whereas Twitter could be good for public relations, and YouTube will directly connect to the patient regarding the work that you do. So social media, friends, is very important. At the same time, it could be good, bad, and ugly. So you have to be extremely careful as to how you handle them. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, Anaga. An excellent presentation, a very balanced view of all the medias and how you're using it. Your information will go a long way in educating our own colleagues.